Hey there, welcome back. Marius here, and we have Icarus, and let's talk about, yes, long asked blade build. I believe that's how we should call it. So, I will give you 4 talent builds, discuss blades, daggers, knives, all the things, and all in the description will be, of course, the builds themselves, but in timestamps there will be, I'll try to split when I talk about each specific build. So first off, let's start with the base. If you're wondering why I'm looking at resources, there is a core build, the same, I suggest in separate video. Okay, fine, we'll link that as well. So these are the things that you always pick, whatever weapon of your choice you have, okay? So yeah, getting seasoned longsman, that's absolutely insanely good. Then spacking, both of them, then carry on as well. It will all be explained in separate video, okay? It is already, if you haven't seen. Always both of them, and of course we also pick the tracker and both stamina and also bone collector. Now let's switch our gears because there's a talent points left over, and in the blades, this is the core, this is the absolute core, and I'll explain first huge thing what you will not see in any of my builds. So the blades, also I always go with running with knives, just 10%, and always feels good, like good old Counter-Strike when you run faster with your knife. Knife is always in your hotbar because you need it for skinning, so yes, this is the, in my opinion, best solution. Whatever other weapon you have, this talent will also be in my core build. But then I increase a speed, just I take it because I want this meal damage with knives, and that's it. That's the core of it. Which you will see I will work and explain around it. There will be, of course, more points, but I will explain the thinking behind it. And pick whatever suits your playstyle. So at this point, the most crucial part I want to explain, I need to explain, is the tree itself goes into 2 directions. One is ranged, basically throwing and everything, and speed and whatnot, and aim. Another one is a little bit skinning, but the damage itself. You never go this way, and I explain quickly why. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points that are dedicated for ranged, and as 8 points sounds like you can build up your ranged build, yeah. Let me show you why not. Of course we are also in the game, why wouldn't we? And I needed to show you one particular thing. Let's start with the basics. You have 2 options, 2 weapons to throw. Don't even go in comment that you can throw also an axe. And not going to discuss it here. No, you will never throw your axe, don't even think about it. That's a stupid talent point. So you can throw spear and you can throw dagger, which both of them you can increase the damage and a lot of stats to make it even better. So this is the wooden spear, absolutely the first thing. It has damage 45 to 50 melee damage, which is quite, yeah, for spear it's not good. Exactly the same melee damage is for the first knife dagger. I like to call it a dagger because it's always a dagger, okay? But look what happens when you throw a spear. The damage goes up to twice, and if you look at bone spear, you can make around 50 damage, then you can make 200. 4 times increased damage when you throw the spear. Sounds good, right? So let's jump to the knives and throw your knife and... wait, what? Yes, it is 2 times smaller amount of damage you can make. Maybe that's just a bug for the stone knife. Oh, yeah, okay, no, still. Not the stone knife, the bone knife. Any knife you pick, you will have exactly the same thing. So literally the game says, do not throw your knife. Let's take a look at the best weapon, titanium knife. yes, it's not that half of the damage, but it's still not even the same damage you can do by stabbing. So if that is not clear sign for you to never throw a dagger, and don't even think about going that talent, I'll throw in, I can throw additional 5 points why you should never throw a dagger. So first off, the damage is low. Second of all, it's small and you can lose it quite easily. I lose my spears even with the highlight, and losing daggers that are you need way more daggers to kill the same the same animal I need with the spear. So losing them is absolutely, it will happen a lot, but that's not it. The second thing about why you should not throw it is the same tool. It's actually a tool, is need for skinning. When you throw a knife or whatever item in a animal, it dies when it falls on the side where that dagger or arrow or spear is. Sometimes it goes straight to the ground, so you can't pull it out. For that you need to skin that animal. But wait, what? You throw your weapons, your daggers out in the animal, so if you throw out all of them, yeah, you have a bad luck, basically. I see how it just goes against all the game mechanics. But wait, there's more. Daggers as well as spears, they do not stack, which means you need to carry a lot of them. And remember, when spear can make up to 4 times more damage when it's thrown, dagger makes half of that. So it basically 8 times is the difference if you try to throw a spear or if you try to throw a knife. Yeah, just know. Then the next one is when we realize you need 8 more daggers than you need the spear. That means how much resources will go into your weapons. And yes, stone and bone knives are easy to make, they're cheap materials, but since tier 2, that's just iron, just steel, and then platinum, and it's combined with the losing effect, not effect, but disadvantage, and it's absolutely no go. And if you're thinking, no, I can definitely pick up all my thrown weapons, let me introduce you to the 5th element. Currently the game, when you throw items, any items in the animal, that counts arrows, bolts, daggers, spears. These you can retrieve, but once the animal is down, you can pick up only few items. I believe it's 3 items from the your trophy. Okay, so if you throw one spear, okay, it survives, you throw another spear, you kind of can get it, you can get both spears back. But if you need to throw a lot of arrows, shoot arrows or bolts or daggers 8 times more, you will not be able to get all of them back. Just game does not support such, there is no such mechanics. It's stupid mechanics, yes, especially you can see it when you kill a bear with your bow and arrows. You shoot at least 20-40 arrows in a bear. When it dies, you skin it, you pick up, there's 2 or 3 arrows. Like, no, the bear looked like hedgehog. Where the hell is my arrows? And I expect exactly the same thing going on with dagger. So those 5 things, plus the absolutely minimum damage, there is absolutely no reason why anyone would pick this part of the tree. So with all those disadvantages, even if you buff all the ranged, it's just no. Okay, let's keep rolling. I need to discuss more important things like good talent builds, not the ranged knife build. Okay, So this is the core. Now let's see, we have 10 talent points, and this is also down in the description. From here you can build on how you like. If you are more, I don't know, in the solo, if you are in survival, if you want to grow plants, you need some more points, this is where you can pick up. But switching to the next talent, this is something I wouldn't personally go here, but I will explain why such build exists. It has full speed, full damage, full critical damage. This is something I need to test. I don't have so much characters. All my character slots are used to test it out. I will explain what's behind it. But if it works as it should work, those 3 points are needed here. The reason why as well, sorry, I have a big head, but these points, as you see, they go from 5 to 10 to 20. So the more you put in, the more benefit comes out of it. That's why I'm going full free. This is just a no-go for me. I know a lot of you already commented on other videos how you like the stealth and this increased sneak. Yeah. I know how it works. I tested out, too little to gain, and without any stealth at all, you can still bump into bear. Just try it out with all the sneak bonuses and you will surprise how little they actually mean to anything. So this also is absolute no-go. I just pick up for this beauty. This beauty, why I can show. So basically what it does, it gives quite stupid explanation. Knife, critical, hits, immobilize target. So knife, okay, we have it. Critical hits kind of says you need to hit in the head precisely to trigger it, and immobilize is cool. And then is a explanation. 10% chance to immobilize on hit with knives. So the question is, do I need then critical or I don't? Yeah, the game always makes this, and I can test it out as well. But hear me out. One absolutely amazing viewer of mine mentioned in other videos where the immobilize actually in Icarus works as stun. And yes, if you're thinking, wait, stun and immobilize are totally different things. Not in Icarus. So I asked specifically. The comment was something along the lines that stay right here, and a similar point is for bow talent tree, where you immobilize target. And the comment was, when you immobilize, it actually works as stun. And I was like, wait, you want to tell me that when the animal is immobilized, you can go near it and it will not attack you? And the answer was yes. The right answer was he killed it melee and without receiving damage. So that kind of goes along the lines. Which then brings back me to this point. If there is a 10% chance that you hit in the face, of course, let's say the same bear, the bears also always run to you, so hitting in the face shouldn't be a problem. 10% out of all the attacks, which are with dagger, super fast, you can trigger a stun where the bear does not attack you anymore. You keep hitting them, the bear in the head with full damage, extra critical, and if in the same time when it's stunned you manage to hit, well, that's mathematically average 10 times, then this absolutely stay right there will trigger once again, and you will have the Stunlock. So those who are not familiar in the gaming, Stunlock is when you stun an opponent and then pull out a mastery. Many games you need to switch a weapon, trigger some cooldowns, whatnot, to get another stun right after the previous ends, which basically makes all your opponent all the time is stunned. Meanwhile, you just make a damage, and Stunlocks are insanely awesome. Those who played World of Warcraft with rogues know that Stunlock, that's just like when you can Stunlock your opponent and kill it, that means no damage received, full damage output from you. This is insane. So my question is, anyone who has a free character slot or free points to pick this up, if you can kindly test this theory, that would be absolutely amazing. Because so far it's just a theory with still a lot of damage, basically all the damage, right? This is a full damage dagger. If you are looking for this, this is it. But okay, I will explain next huge thing in the next portion, otherwise all the time will be wasted on this one. Not wasted, explained in this talent tree. But if we are talking about talents, I would probably most likely go here. Why it's not... Oh yeah, right. And here is like this. This would be my tree if I rebuild my character. Let me explain the idea. I put up this talent tree 20 at least times and changed and then changed my mind too much. But it came down back to this, and this is tricky. Okay, there's a lot of things to explain. First off, extra durability, which is right here. Great, 1 point, you get the bonus. And here is extra, basically when you pick all of them, you have half of the price for your weapon, which is kind of stupid because if you're not throwing it out, the only thing you need to worry is durability, which now we have increased. So basically, one time, whenever you create your first iron, steel, platinum, what was the last one? Titanium knife, only then this kicks in. Kind of stupid from one hand, but let me explain from other hand. From other hand, either you need 8 titanium. Remember, titanium and also platinum is smelted from 5 ores. So 8 iron, the 8 titanium bars, ingots. Stupid me, can't speak. Basically, you need 40 ores. All right, 40 is a little bit more than in one vein. Okay, if you're lucky and you trigger and that's a huge vein, they don't have fixed amount. But many times you end up with 38 ores or something. So basically, without these talent points, if you are super unlucky, you can't find the titanium, you will be out in a dry. Let me just show you. I'm just bad with words. So 8 titanium ingots, right? And 5 ores are needed, so 40. Wouldn't be that bad, but just a reminder, the key point in this game is always to pick up, and always first is pickaxe. And only if you have spare leftovers, then you might get your knife. So you see how it always prolongs. The same is true for platinum. Platinum also, if you land with correct setup and everything, this will be the pickaxe. You are going from orbital pickaxe, right? Which is already 12 platinum ingots. That's quite a lot. But wait, I don't know why, but this freaking platinum knife, I know how much platinum, and platinum is way more rare than, in my all experience, it's way faster to find titanium than platinum. Both of them can be smelted in the same tier 3, this furnace. But the thing is, to use titanium, you need tier 4, which means fabricator, right? So for a period of time, you will be stuck with platinum. And in that time, in that period, best weapons will be weapon and pickaxe will be these. So you see how here 12 platinum ingots, if they can, and they can be reduced to only 6, improves the time when you get that weapon quite fast. And honestly, it's the similar here. Okay, steel and iron is super cheap, but still 6 can be reduced to 3. It's like absolutely just a few veins and you have your weapon. I know it's far stretch, but let me explain why I'm going in that stretch. If I'm not picking these 3 points, that will be the previous build you already saw there. So why I made this choice? So what am I sacrificing here? And why the hell speed? Remember, that speed basically triggered me only if and as needs to be tested goes together with this immobilizing effect. If it doesn't work and you can get Stunlock, which is possible, if you can't manage to stun, if the stun is not long enough, there will be pauses in between where bear will still bite you, then it all falls apart. So that means speed will not be the case anymore. And here, just hear me out. Any animal you imagine to kill, besides mammoth and elephants, don't go for the big ones. They actually are kind of useless, not worth killing. But the smaller, the wolves, the deers, I don't know, wolves, panthers, hyenas, what else is attacking to you besides bears? All of them, boars, all of them die with 1 hit in the head without any bonus. They are, if you have this bonus, it's far enough. So that speed, now getting to the bears, if you can Stunlock, you will have the bear dance. Bear dance means the bear charges, you avoid. Luckily, you can hit 1 time. The bear is then past you, you turn around, and the dance continues. And that until the bear is dead, and you most best case scenario haven't received any damage. So here the speed doesn't matter. You will make 1 hit when you bypass the bear, which means you need maximum damage in that 1 hit. So speed is absolutely pointless. And let me remind you, even if in the bear fight it doesn't matter, back to the I don't know, wolves and all that, the dagger, the knives, they are fast enough. This is, in my opinion, easy to take out those 2 points and put here. Now is the so much information. We have a heavy hand and we have a deadly stab. So 1 is just damage, and if you take a look, it increases by 5, 10, 15, and this increases to 2 to 5, 5 to 10. Okay. Now let's say we are in this position, 2 and 2. Where to put? This one increase by 5, and this also increases by 5. What should we do? Because 1 is critical, right? That sounds way better. Nope, not in here. Let me bring up my healthy spreadsheet. This is just an Excel sheet. Yes, whenever there's a chance to bring it up, I will bring up, because Excel is amazing. So let's quickly run scenario, and I actually will change the data just to fit for you. Okay, so hear me out. This is 1 time, 1 hit, 1 damage, and this is, I'm picking up steel knife. Why steel? Because that's the easiest to get. Most likely you will, most of the time you will have steel. If you haven't found platinum yet, the titanium, steel is, yeah, I run around with this weapon a lot. So maximum damage is 65. So 100%, 65. If you make a critical in this game, it is 4 times more. 400% you can find in the stats. So now we have a math. You take a weapon damage, times 4. Awesome. You can make approximately this damage. Sounds good? Sounds good. All right. Now back to original question. You have either critical or damage you can improve. So this is the weapon, and actually here it is increased by 10%, but let's go exactly the road we need. I am multiplying it by 1.05. That means the damage is increased by 5%. So you see, the damage is improved, and now it goes up 4 times, because, you know, this is the base damage, and the same math applies 4 times more. But in this scenario, the base damage is the same. Now the critical damage is not 4 times more, but 4 times 5. 4 times 4.05 times, exactly the same rating. So you see what happens. 5% on top of all the bonus, or that same amount, 5%, goes in the base and then is multiplied by 4. So this is the outcome. Normal, and if increase base damage by 5%, 273, this is 263. Back to the from one explanation to another explanation. We have a heavy hand, we have a deadly stab, so no thinking or whatsoever, twice it goes in the base. And here the critical is left only with 5%. Yeah, okay. That is all explained. Now, one more thing, quickly, is this trickery. This is one thing also I am thinking. I will explain as fast as I can. I don't have a character that can pick up this standpoint. This is just a theory. Hopefully one of you will already try it out and will come back like, oh man, it works. So the idea is simple. First of all, 5%, 10%, and then 20. So it gradually increases. The more points you put, the more you can get out of it. That's why all 3 points were also in the previous talent. If you remember this talent, huge, that also had all 3 points. So why and what's going on here? 20% means 5 from 5 times. 1 time will absolutely instantly skin the animal. Yeah, the animation, that's slow. Yeah. So hear me out. Did you know that when you have a knife in your hand and you have a dead animal, when you press F, it starts skinning, but if you are attacked in the same time, you can press F again and stop it immediately. Well, some animation is involved, but anyways, you get the idea. So what if you click F like a maniac? And what's the outcome? If you click it, 2 things can happen. The talent can, maybe it doesn't trigger, then you just skin it. If it triggers, it automatically skins all the animal, and it's perfect. It's fully skinned. But if it doesn't, the next time you hit F, it cancels and starts again. So basically, it's 2 choices. Either it's insta skin or slow skin. And if you mash the button, if it is a slow skin, it automatically stops and tries again. Basically, it's like throwing a dice as fast as possible, and when just to get your roll, which is 1 out of 5, and when it hits, it automatically just bingo, you won the lottery. So my theory, it should work like that. And if you're not familiar, I will throw in just a small bonus. New World, the game, recently released, absolutely amazing. There was exactly same mechanics for logging, chopping down the trees, where there was a chance, just 1% I think, to instantly chop it. And I found exactly the same time. In the internet there's other resources as well, because I'm not the only one playing games, where you start chopping. If the tree is not instantly fallen, you just stop it and start again, and stop and start and stop and start until you trigger it. And 2 things happen. Either you naturally chop it even with the stops, which doesn't increase the total chopping time, or you manage to trigger the thing which is insta chop, which is you win the lottery. And same thing, I believe, can be here. So far, the game has really few countermeasures for such exploits and other exploits, so I really doubt that is in any way or form controlled. So if someone can, I don't know, give me a hint if that works, that would be amazing. All right, this build is done. This would be the build I'm going for. Not super speed, sacrificing a little bit critical, but oh boy, I have super durable knives, super cheap knives, just knives for everyone, all right? And chance to super skin and insta immobilize, stun actually. Yeah, that's it. But there is more. There's always more with this guy. This is the build I actually have. The character I showed previously has really similar, and let me explain where I'm going with this. Remember the core build? That's it. This is the build, this is the damage, this is the maximum, this is what you can get. While acknowledging exact same time, you don't have anything ranged. So you are kinda forced to go with bows, with spears, or with firearms. And while in the beginning of the game you absolutely, I at least build a bow at the beginning, just for hunting and some minor things, but as soon as you can and you get your hands on steel, you make a rifle. Why specifically rifle and why we have only 4 points here is reason this. Not shotgun. Pistols are just garbage. Just forget about them. Just not wasting my time on them. So, and shotguns use copper, so if you want to build anything that uses electronics, you will need a lot of copper. You will regret every bullet fired. That's not the idea for the game. So, hunting rifles are, they need the hardest material is 40, I think it was 40 steel. Steel comes out of iron. Iron is plenty. Cheap materials, and when you need to fire, it uses iron bullets. So basically, hunting rifle, not bolt action. Sorry. Bolt action is the first one I'm thinking in my head, but my stupid head. I can actually show you if you are interested. So there are two rifles. First one is right here somewhere, no, or in the next tab. Okay, fine. Tier 3. So second bench you need bolt action rifle. So yeah, steel, leather, wood, doesn't matter. And the second one I mentioned, mispronounced, stupid head of mine, hunting rifle. Needs fabricator, that needs electronics, then you need 40 titanium. Yes, the weapon is absolutely great, but the price is really steep. So here, downside, bolt action needs to be reloaded every time, and the reload time is, well, 3 seconds. That's the amount. So here you can see why and how in my talent build, where I am discussing knives, but I am combining knives in a melee, where firearms, that bolt action rifle, which has the downside of reloading, you improve it. This is absolute garbage. I strongly believe it doesn't work, because bullet is made out of two components, one and one, and reducing the cost by 25% just takes out a chunk that does not round in any way, shape or form, and you still use one item, the iron bar and gunpowder. So this talent is it's just garbage. It's okay. Until they introduce in the game bulk crafting. Let's say I need 100 bolts, 100 ammo, and then it will use only 75 of materials, then it might work. As of this iteration and this mechanics, just garbage. So anyways, but by 20% reduce reload speed, with this talent point, that bolt action rifle actually is quite amazing. And it does 300 damage. In my build I went further, but it was, I admit, it was a waste. 300 is enough for a rifle. It's absolutely amazing. Combined with the blades, basically you can hunt everything down with the rifle, and when it comes tricky or close to you, you have extra little bit speed, but most importantly damage. And this is my suggestion: 6 points left over, so you can absolutely waste them wherever you want. And I know what you are thinking. You are thinking, ooh, 6 points? I have blades, just core of it. I have firearm, small improvement, but enough. I have all the rest of the core. 6 points! Let's go nuts! And I know, some of you are already like, yes, 6 points. Pew, 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 pew. My sweet, sweet lucky strike. And actually, reminder, we are using steel for the bolt action rifle, and every shot will use 1 iron, so seems like, at least in my build as well, I made here extra iron, which actually ended up pointless. So let me introduce to the reason why you still watching my stupid face is, what if I told you there is something better than this? Well, a lot of things, but one particular. 7 points here, 4 points here, nothing here, but first time ever, yes, I am going nuts, but for right reason. We are going under construction. And you see those 6 points? What if we put it like here? I never thought I will go here because all those points are wasted and everything, but it always is the question, is there any other place where you can put it, where it makes more sense, gives more benefit, everything. So here, the real thing we are going for is this one. Not mouse overing it. I'm removing it. So how I need this one? So these 2 points comes automatically, so I can get it. But now there's 2 more points to get. So far we have wear rate of pickaxes. Not so bad, not so great. Pickaxe melee damage. You will never fight with pickaxe. You have blade for that. 2 more points you need to level up this. Look at these 2 things. Cheaper pickaxe crafting. Do I need to remind you? Remember when we watched how reduced price for knives is cool, and still you need to first craft your pickaxes? That was my words, and I still stand for them. Where you need 12 platinum, titanium. What if we can reduce that amount? Which means whenever you craft your pickaxe, you can craft your super cheap knives even sooner. So basically, you are not based on the luck. If you find platinum, if you find titanium, you get the idea, right? You get, and that's for all the pickaxes that you craft, reduced. And another one, long or small wall, thinking I put it right here because there is a trickery with the wood. Okay, just quickly, just because you're super patient and still watching my video because it's super long, when you need to make a biofuel, pay attention how much it uses wood and how much it uses sticks. And sticks recipe is in my core build and in this build, so basically you will have it. So that leads to wood being used for fireplaces, for furnaces, for crafting materials, for first wooden platforms, for making sticks, and probably making epochs for making sticks and making what it's called, biofuel. That's quite a lot of wood you will need. You see, master? So that means axes are, I think, underrated tools that I'm totally advising to upgrade as well, combined with seasoned locksman. So you see, the build itself, the talent point itself, might look stupid, but remembering and knowing how it combines with somewhere else put a point, somewhere else put a talent, somewhere else picked up a recipe, somewhere else needed materials, it all comes together and makes way bigger impact than you might think. So all in all, cheaper axes, because the titanium axe and titanium platinum are also the thing. And if you have them cheap and you have cheap knives and you are not going for the crazy titanium hunting rifle, yes, you can build all of them and be super efficient. Simple as that. And now comes the big thing. When the last point is placed, we have 2 points in big pick. So here I don't have graphics. I thought it will be too hard to visualize, but let me explain simple. Or can I? Or can I? Right, we have our helper. The helper is called this one. So what I need you to know is one simple formula. And the formula is, where is the Windows capture now? No, it is this one, right? So, can I move it somewhere? Yeah, damn it, it's on top of it. Anyways, the idea is simple. Okay, it will be like this. Mouse over. It improves radius. Radius is in the sphere or circle, but in our case it's a sphere. When you mine something, then it's a huge sphere that takes all the materials around it from the center to the sides. That's the radius. And it improves by 20%, just 20%. But let me show why I needed to bring this one up. It is what was the formula? 2pr or pr square actually. So it's p times r times r. That was for the surface, and it actually, I don't know the formula from my head. That's why I didn't want to show you. Yeah. Stupid me, it would be hard to explain without visual representation, but it's hard. So anyways, we improve just the radius, one thing. But the thing is, the radius impacts not only the surface, but the whole volume. Increasing it by a little, it increases by a lot. All right, that's the simplest explanation. I need to check up the formula, what was the volume. And of course, there is no perfect scenario where you can pick something like, I don't know, the titanium, and all around in all directions are titanium. It will be most likely you hit it at one side and it will be half of the sphere in front of it. But it doesn't change the thing. This 20% mining radius increases radius by quite a lot, 1/5, but that increases the total amount what you pick by insane amount. I haven't tested, but I'm curious, and actually I think I will need to just delete one of my characters to get it. Because I believe this mining radius, if we combine, and as we can combine, let's just go straight for the best. 75 is the mining radius. 75. You know, 75. If we get that 20% off. Plus, it is 90. 90 is the radius. If my calculations are right, and the same goes for even worse pickaxes. For example, this was how much? 670. Still good. I don't know. Let's go with the worst second tier, which is steel. 65. It's still improved by a lot, which will give you the chance to gather that vein. My wild guess with the best pickaxe will be 4-5 hits tops. Because whenever you hit it, it will just take such a huge chunk out of it. At least those 20% increased radius absolutely says, yep, you're right. So that also needs to be tested. And that all the introduction and everything, why? Because at the end, you have mining radius, you have stupid things, but also reduced cost. And I think this big pick actually outperforms this thing. Here, let me remind you, 1%. If in average, one node of iron, platinum, all those, you are absolutely efficient, you can mine by 8 hits. 8 hits. That means from 100 hits, 1 will trigger this thing. From 100 means 100 divided by 8 is 12 nodes. 12 nodes you will gather just simply picking every single one of them, and then the 13th will trigger this one and you'll be, oh, great. You will feel the satisfaction. But if this absolutely amazing thing can allow you to gather all those 12 nodes with 6, 5, 4 hits only, this is just insane, alright? So, okay, video is long enough, but this is the whole information. We went, you know why it's not ranged. Now you know if you want full damage, that's quite easy, but the downside is you can go better with cheaper things and still not sacrificing much, to be honest. But then even further, if you want to go really nuts. No, this one was with firearms, and then you have few points left. Also choice for you. And then at the end, just some crazy nuts idea from me. 20% radius increase. I think it will surprise me even more than I think. Alright, I'm closing the video here. We discussed everything that is about blades and firearms and all the rest stuff, and even pickaxes. Because at the end, the efficiency, the fun, the excitement and all that matters. And if that can be boosted, why the hell not? Alright guys, I'm out. Sorry again for the long video. Yes, and solo build is coming. Solo build, I came up and tried and tested everything. One build. That will be easier and smaller video. But this, you needed to know. And I know, and you know that you needed to know. Alright guys, thanks, cheers, and we'll meet in other videos.